Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be talking about all the chaos that happened this week, from the Pokemon site crashing to this special delivery Pikachu fiasco. Stay tuned. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. My name is Louise, and if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you like my face or if you want to see more of this, please consider subscribing. That definitely helps out the channel. And let's get right into it. We're going to start off with today's major issue of the Pokemon Center website crashing. Now, the reason for that was the Pokemon Center was doing a very big and announced pre-order for their Barrel Walker 25th anniversary board set, and this is limited edition. I believe they only have 200 of them available. And the reason it crashed was, unlike their previous Bear Walker giveaways, unlike their previous Bear Walker boards that they've sold in the past, this one does signify their 25th anniversary with a special Pikachu on the skateboard. Um, it was very talked about prior to release, and it was very well spoken within the bot and scalper community. And it seems as though they raided that website very quickly, because myself and many others had a very difficult time trying to get within that website. And if you try to get on that website, you very much saw this little Pikachu on screen. I know of several people that got banned from the website from trying to reload too many times, but they sold out pretty quickly on Tuesday. But I did get an email later that day stating that they were not sold out and that they were going to be doing a second wave of pre orders. Now, this was stated for a later date of, I believe, Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I believe that was the time. That was their second wave of pre-orders. Now, I didn't even bother for Thursday because I knew Tuesday was bad and Thursday was going to be worse, simply because they sent out that email if you are part of the email listing. And I believe that they were not prepared for this, just like the special delivery Pikachu promo that they had earlier, or excuse me, later at the end of 2020. Uh, they they were hit hard with those promos, and just like those promos, this Bear Walker exclusive and limited deal definitely crashed their site. So that also brings me into another topic of later on in the year, they are expected to release a special delivery Charizard promo, very similar to the Pikachu. This was rumored to be released within the Pokemon Center. It was rumored that would be a similar giveaway of having to spend a certain amount in order to receive it, but given the fact that the Pokemon Company can't even keep things in stock, I have a feeling that they are rethinking this idea, and it's rumored that it could possibly be a lottery, but nothing has been announced as far as when this will be released. In my personal opinion, I believe they should treat this very similarly to a pre-release promo, where you buy a box and there is a chance that you get that promo. Simply because of the amount of traffic that the Pokemon Center is getting, and they are unable to fulfill all their orders. They're unable to keep anything in stock, basically, because of the basically the large amount of people that are trying to buy anything from their website. It usually just sells out within either minutes or days, and it's very difficult for them to even have a promo like that, especially with Charizard of all things. There's already talks of people wanting to buy it. I already know there's pre-sales for the card, and hasn't even been announced yet as far as when it's going to be released. So there's so much hype for the special delivery Charizard that I don't think that they should be doing it as a promo for their website. I believe they should be doing or this was another idea that I had. They should just wait for quarantine to be over and then do real life giveaways of some sort, where you come to an event um, and then happen to be given that promo. They can easily do this with video games, video game release, and they buy the game, or they could be doing it with a Pokemon Go related event. Who knows? I think that they need to be rethinking where they release this Charizard because I think I think they've got a problem, and it doesn't seem like they have a solution for it quite yet. So we'll have to see where that goes. In other news, um, this special delivery Pikachu has risen in price to the point where I did not think it would go. Um, when I picked up my card, I assumed the most it would get to would be $100 to $120, and it started to reach that, and then it started to drop to about $80 around the first week of January. And this past week, it seemed as though that jumped up almost three times. We started seeing a lot more of these graded special delivery Pikachu's come out. The first wave of them just started to release, and one or a few of them happened to sell for a little over $1,000, which is kind of what I expected with the graded 10 Pikachu. Um, but some of them have been selling for far more, like ridiculously more. There was one that sold for $5,000, a PSA 10. Special delivery Pikachu sold for $5,000. Some of them have sold for around 1,200, which seems about right for right now. I'm looking over a few of them. There was one for $3,000, and the most absolute craziest sale that I saw that is very very suspicious, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it, is the one that sold for $14,000. And the reason it is very suspicious is when you look at the bids themselves are from low accounts, meaning that they just started, they've got very little transactions performed in their account, and they're relatively new accounts. And if you look at their bids, they're not very small amounts that are increased, they're very large amounts that increase. Um, it had 70 bids and it finished at $14,099, and that was completed on January 17th. This is the 22nd of January today, and prices for the ungraded have increased as well, averaging around $400. But more recently today, one sold for $500. So this special delivery Pikachu is starting to increase in value simply because these new graded cards are coming out. But talking about Charizard again in relations to Pikachu, this is very similar to the Champion's Path Charizard V promo that came out, where the card itself wasn't very expensive, it wasn't very exclusive, but people wanted it simply because it was a Charizard. And there are so many of those out. The prices, I believe, the first week were around $20 just for that Charizard promo, and then more recently they've gone down to about $8 to $10 from what I've seen. The reason I bring that up is because PSA's population number for Charizard V currently stands at 2,800 in total that have been sent to PSA, with 1,727 of them being PSA 10s. So the I would say more than half of those that got sent out to PSA are PSA 10s. That card has been out for a few months now, and the reason I brought this up was Special Delivery Pikachu has way more hype than that Charizard V promo, but currently there is less than 200 of those at PSA, and there are only 33 PSA 10s currently in circulation right now. I know mine is there and it's currently being graded, but I can imagine within the next couple of months, after seeing how much these are selling for and how few of them there are right now, I have a feeling a lot more people are buying them right now to try to flip them later on, and we're going to see the prices start to level out and possibly go down. But within this hobby, you really can't tell anymore. It seems like people are making these ridiculously large purchases, and there seems to be no logical reason for it. This card was very well circulated. It was a promo that you spent $20. I might have said this earlier. You spent $20 and you received this card included. Um, the Pokemon Company was very overwhelmed to the point where I know um, I received a free one because they had to cancel one of my orders. I received one for free, and then on top of that, they gave me a promo gift card for their website for $20. So I can imagine they might have lost some money from that deal. Um, so if they did that for others as well, if they canceled their order and they got a free card, I know of at least two people who got that same deal. Um, I can't, and this is why I go back to saying that I don't think they are ready at this moment to do a special delivery Charizard. So I'm not anticipating a announcement for that card in particular, the Charizard, the special delivery Charizard. So I think we're gonna just have to see where that goes, and I have a feeling that's gonna be later in the year. Um, but as far as this special delivery Pikachu goes, I think we're not out of the woods as far as where the are going to go. It seems like it's still steadily going upwards simply because of the hype of the graded cards now getting into circulation and then coming back from PSA along with Beckett and CGC. So the more of these that we start seeing, we're gonna have to just be wary. Also, some of these do get relisted. You do get a lot of bids and buys that aren't completed. So once they are not completed, the seller themselves are able to relist them. And I've seen a few of them be relisted, but not very many. So I would say about 80% to 90% of these um, eBay sales are legit, while 10% of them are probably getting relisted and not being fulfilled. So take it with a grain of salt as far as what you see on eBay. I'm trying not to get too excited about these numbers, although I do have three Pikachus that I have. I'm not trying to get too excited because I have a feeling that some of these are fake bids. I have a feeling some of these are incomplete, but that's just speculation. You have to really do some more research and looking at whether or not the seller relists that. And I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. To finish this off, I think this special delivery Pikachu has way more hype than it needs. The artwork isn't that spectacular. I think the people are buying this particular card simply because it's an exclusive. They might be from outside of the US and Canada, which is where it was mainly. So some of those people might be buying it. Um, and there's kind of this weird story around it. People are buying it mainly because it made the website crash. It's just got that weird backstory to it where everyone was talking about it and everyone now wants it to be a part of that exclusive club. There's no word as to if they are printing them anymore. They very well could easily just print more of these and sneak these into um, new purchases. And there's no reason as to why they can't do that. So it's very suspect as to why this is happening. But I would say that proceed with caution if you do want one. Um, I wouldn't pay more than the average price. I wouldn't even pay the current market price for it simply because I feel like this is just an overvalued piece of cardboard. But then again, there's a lot of weird things that are happening in this hobby, and it's very difficult to see where it goes. This is just my opinion. Um, we're just gonna have to wait and see basically within the next couple months. I have a feeling this is gonna level out and then eventually drop until we start seeing other promos come out. I was going to make a comparison from the Ultra Premium collection, which came out later last year. They had the Zacian and Zamazenta black and gold premium promo cards, and those at PSA are very, very limited in numbers. There's less than 20 of each of those cards, and there are four PSA 10 Zacian V premium cards, and there's only two Zamazenta premium cards, PSA 10s. There's no one talking about those. There's hardly, I don't believe I found one available on eBay. So those numbers are smaller than Pikachu. I, in my opinion, like the look of those premium cards better than the special delivery Pikachu, but I believe that the special delivery Pikachu tells a different story than those ultra premium collection promos. So I think it's more than just the card and character itself. I also believe that the backstory and the drama behind the card tells another story that we don't necessarily see on the card. So if that story means something to you, then I probably wouldn't doubt that you end up buying this, but I myself would not buy it simply because I have it. But if I didn't have it, I would not pay that. So that's my final word on it. So, and I think that's where I'm going to end this video. Hey, once again, thank you for checking out the channel. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching the entire video. If this interests you, please, again, leave a like and consider subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. Also, if you want to check out some of these videos, you can. And once again, I appreciate you. I love you. Please stay safe and enjoy the hobby.